Deus, vamos logo.
Ih, olha o cara com a STG na mão. Olha o cara
já
com a
mudou,
STG na
hein?
mão.
Ó, tá 40 segundos aqui, vocês.
Ih, M1911. Olha o Tiger 2 ali atrás, velho.
Ah, moleque!
BF-109. BF-109 ali em cima, meu Deus, velho. É a Segunda Guerra, pode marcar, confirma. Pode passar a regra.
Vai começar essa porra.
Nossa, velho. Isso.
Ô, bicho viro, moleque.
Tá endossado aqui, né? Você não tem endorse, não. Caralho. Ó o bicho vindo.
Tá bom, aviso de parental.
Se acabar a luz agora, eu processo Eletropaulo, velho.
Ah, o cara se maquiando, velho.
Ah, filha da puta,
mano,
não,
trollando,
Thanks, bro.
Caralho.
You know, I've been playing Battlefield as long as I can
Tá
remember.
agonia, vocês
And
conseguem
over
ver
the
primeiro
past
do que eu
16
aqui.
years, these games have come a long way. From 1942 to Bad
traduz aí,
Company
mano,
to
se quiser alguma
Battlefield
coisa
4
importante, tá?
and up to
sou
Battlefield
leigo.
1. And today, I'm taking on the most important mission objective I've ever been a part of.
Hey, Canto.
Telling all of you about Battlefield 5.
Ah, nada.
I'm geared up,
Oh.
ready to go. My squad's out there, so let's deploy because
Pô,
we are
desmuta o
live
Discord
in
lá,
London.
pô.
Let's get the
Vai,
show
usa o
started.
TS como backup, que os caras estão entrando
16
tudo lá.
anos de Battlefield, beleza, velho. Eu vou desmutar aqui, não preciso nem ver isso aí não. Olha lá.
Sim, vai entrar o pessoal, vai acabar entrando no Discord. A voz não vai sair.
Joguei.
Sound muted. Microphone muted.
Joguei
Pronto,
também, voltei na neve, no Bad Company.
Tamo aí.
E agora? Caralho!
Quando chegar no dele, aí vai começar o trailer, quer apostar?
Quando chegar o quê?
Quando chegar passado um, vai começar o trailer do outro. Tu vê?
Será?
Ao zero.
Bota no Discord aí o link direto.
Ah,
aí.
velho, twitch.tv/Battlefield, velho.
Ah, nem começou, não.
Caralho, velho! Ô, vamos dizer uma passagem que mina gata, hein, nessa capa. Tem que registrar.
Battlefield 5 live reveal. I'm your host for this evening, Trevor Noah, and I'm so excited to be here introducing this new edition of Battlefield, which for some reason everyone has already assumed is Battlefield 5. I mean, and not Battlefield V.
Victory.
Could be V. Why not V? Battlefield V could be just as good. Yeah, I do love that fans on Twitter are actually changing the Vs in their profiles for this game, something my mother did many years ago ahead of the curve. And most people don't know this, but the V in my name is actually a 5.
Pode ser Battlefield
Yeah, my
Vitória,
name is
tá
actually
ligado?
pronounced
Também.
Trev5 or Noah. Very unique. As a huge fan of these games, I've always loved how captivating the Battlefield is. And today, you'll see that Battlefield
zoeira.
5 has the most immersive battlefield ever. If you've ever been in a battle with me, you know that I'm the most dedicated support class you will ever meet. I'm in the mud, repairing the tanks. You know, I'm laying down mines as tank rushers come in. One time, I even repaired a plane mid-air that might be alive, but I'm sticking with it. Because you see, I love that glorious joy of being the uncelebrated hero in a battle. And this game is going to have tons of moments like that. There are so many new and exciting features coming to you in Battlefield 5 that you will learn about today. The next level of large-scale multiplayer, Battlefield 5 single-player war stories, and we'll start showing you the
Não, eu sei que ele é comediante, né? Humorista, né?
Então, o programa de comédia do
And you know we've got some other surprises, so
de comédia,
why waste
bem
time?
legal.
Let's get straight into it and get the show started. I'm joined now by the producers of Battlefield 5, Andreas Morel, Ryan MacArthur, and Lars Gustafsson, everybody. Gentlemen, I'm not here as a professional anything. I am here as a gamer.
Senhores, não
I am here
tenham
as a
feito
Battlefield
merda,
player.
por
I am here to
favor.
ask only the questions I am interested in. You have made a horrible mistake.
Por favor.
I knew it, I told you.
Let's start at the beginning. You are taking
na cadeira
players
massa,
back to where the Battlefield franchise started.
Manda fazer uma pra mim.
Now, at this point, are you like those guys, you know, those elderly pilots that they find on an island in the Pacific, you know?
Que não botam a legenda na tua voz.
Is that who you are right now?
Porque você tem que saber aprender a falar inglês.
Exatamente, é isso que eu ia responder.
But Lars, why go back to that now?
To be honest with you, it's
Hold.
really, I mean, we yearned for years to go back to
Fortifications.
where it all started about 60
Olha ali,
years ago.
olha ali os tópicos.
You know,
Fortifications,
technology has
fortificações.
evolved and the team has gained so
velho.
much experience that this is
Isso
really
aí,
the game we
velho.
wanted to
Tem
do.
The Company embaixo
That
também,
we
que eu não
did.
entendi.
The Company.
Segunda Guerra, velho. Dos
Ah,
Alpes.
moleque!
Ah lá, o
just ask
destroço
Mr.
do B25.
Battlefield.
Olha, mano, o Revolution é uma
Mr. Battlefield,
avalanche?
that's Laz's nickname, by the way.
Ia ser foda, hein?
Known as
Pode ser
Madame
ali o
Battlefield.
109.
Now, players have experienced
moleque, eu
World
acho que o
War
The
II
Company
in
é
so
o
many
co-op.
movies and in games.
Olha
Pode
aí.
ser, velho.
It's really difficult
Pode ser,
to
velho.
come up with a new and
Puxa,
fresh
que esse pode
perspective. What
ser tipo
perspective are you
aquele
bringing
modo tal
to
defeito,
it
né,
with
velho?
this version of Battlefield?
Porra,
Andreas,
massa,
will
hein?
this be more Saving
Massa,
Private
hein?
Ryan or Inglourious Bastards?
So we've seen all the movies, you know. We play the games. We've been there. I'm pretty sure, at least I can navigate half of France without a map just by playing the game.
A aplicação pode ser também o modo Battle Royale que eles criaram, né? Que nem o COD.
pode ser também, é.
COD não botou de, como foi o nome?
Blackout.
Blackout, isso.
Never seen before. Really kind of hitting on the unseen locations, the untold stories, the unplayed moments.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's really
Caralho,
taking on
Peniel,
the
você quer que
journey
a gente
from
vai
the
tentando
start.
traduzir
At the
simultâneo?
go, you
Não,
will be able
velho,
to play the
vocês falam
German
que você achar
forces, the
relevante.
British
A
forces.
MG42,
We want to take
caralho,
you on
isso
that
é
journey,
soldado.
you know,
Nossa,
to
velho.
exotic places
Caralho, que
like
foda.
freezing Scandinavia,
Soldado
like Scan-
britânico,
or
botando pra
Hometown,
por aí,
back
ó,
in
o
Norway,
Challenger.
or rugged
Olha
deserts where
isso!
the battles took place.
Isso aí também pra
MP40.
camper?
Why not to
Soldado
the ruins of the
alemão
once
MP40.
beautiful
Não,
Rotterdam?
MP.
So it's really to
Máscara de
take
gás.
you on a journey, and we want to do this with a kind of a fresh and modern take, so really hopefully surprise the players, but also to please them.
You've given me a sneak peek.
Acertei
and
já
some
os
words
veículos que
come
vai
to
ter,
my
velho.
mind. I mean, intense, immense,
Tudinho.
powerful. Ryan, do you have a specific way that you want players to see this battlefield?
Well, I think the best way we can describe it is immersive. I mean, this needs to feel like the most immersive battlefield that the players have ever played. I mean, we want them to
Eles vão
explore the
mostrar, velho,
battlefield
relaxa,
in ways they've never
gameplay
been able
mods
to
ali é o
before. I mean,
próximo.
when you look at the chaotic multiplayer that the franchise is known for, and sort of fan classics like Conquest, and some of the new modes that the guys are working on, like
Nossa,
Airborne.
velho, que da hora. Ah, tem um relógio com uma bússola, mano, que louco.
É, na imagem lá da PSN era isso. Tinha esse relógio.
New stories about men and women that change history.
E mapa
I mean, we get to tell everyone
velho.
today that co-op is back in Battlefield 5. And that's a
boring.
huge thing for us. And this is just the beginning. I mean,
As
launch is
pinei
just
pô
the
ali, viu?
beginning for this game, and we really want to take players on a journey through World War II.
Pinei pô no
It always
ombro,
feels like
cara.
it's a journey. That's what it always feels like with Battlefield. Like, one thing I loved about the game was how the maps and the world was constantly changing.
Mano,
It
vai
felt
ser
like my
Segunda
bedroom
Guerra
at
mesmo,
home. I never
Bruno.
knew what to expect. And I think when looking at this game, Andreas, what's your vision to take this to
Olha
the
lá,
next
21
level?
minutos vai
So
sair
we're really
o
building
trailer.
on what we started
Yeah.
in previous games. It's really about giving players the most immersive
Cara, teve
world
uma
they
amiga
could
minha,
enter.
mano, que tá mandando várias mensagens aqui pra mim, falando que dava muito pra esse cara, velho. Vê se eu posso umas mensagens. Mano, com o povo.
Pushing all these new features that we're going to be talking about.
Right, it sounds great. I'm genuinely excited. I have a few highlights that I'm looking forward to. Let's dive into it and talk about some of the gameplay. Here to do that is Daniel Berlin.
Isso.
In
Vai.
Battlefield 5, we're expanding the toolbox for the player, giving you access to new abilities to create your own and brand new Battlefield moments. Now there's a deeper connection between the player and the world around you. You will be physically pushed by
Olha
the
o
shockwaves from
109, velho,
explosions.
correndo com o
You can
Spitfire.
experience
Spitfire na frente,
completely new
109
ways
atrás.
to traverse and
caralho.
tactically maneuver across the battlefield with our overhauled movement system.
Vocês viram que ele
É,
atrás.
é um Tiger 2, só que
will
ele tá
rip up the terrain
modificado, velho.
with chunks of masonry hanging from
Vocês viram
destroyed
que ali
buildings.
atrás
Ele
tinha
não é
uma.
High
bem a
caliber
Segunda
rounds
Guerra, velho. Ele é
with
tipo uma
straight from
realidade
walls to take
alternativa,
out
velho, como eu
enemies
falei.
hiding inside.
Olha quem é a parceira deles
We're also
agora ali
bringing
atrás.
back classic modes, such as Majority Rule Conquest, but we also have new modes and experiences for our unique take
Quais
on World War
modos?
II.
Aí, ó.
We're bringing back
É um
operations with
mosquito,
a
só que é um
bang,
mosquito
and we're
modificado. O
calling it
Spitfire ali,
Grand
claramente,
Operations.
Sim.
tá ligado?
Here, you'll experience
A
O
frente
multiple
dele
game
tá
modes
modificado um
Churchill,
as
pouco,
you
né?
fight over
o
multiple
Churchill,
maps,
que é os heavy tank,
all
é
wrapped within
britânico,
our narrative
no
journey
pântano.
through historically inspired
Da hora,
battles from World War II. With the return of our anthology format for single-player war stories, with new characters to meet and untold stories to discover. Back to you, Trevor.
Vai ter. A
Now,
modo história
Daniel
vai ser
just talked about a
semelhante
new
ao
multiplayer
BF1.
experience called Grand
É o War Mode, né?
Operations.
É.
And I'm really excited because it
Watch Dogs,
sounds
tal.
to me like you can pilot a giant grand piano like a tank. I'm pretty certain that's what it is, right, Andreas?
I'm not sure about the piano, but it's definitely massive.
E Gustavo?
It's really about reliving all this.
Vocês viram que mudou agora a Nvidia ali atrás? A parceria deles?
And
Como?
it's
Não reparei, Daniel.
operations from Battlefield 1, but bigger.
Operations, porra! Caralho!
Yeah, I mean, what we want players to feel like is sort of a dynamic player-impacted experience, taking place over 4 fictional days. I mean, day 1 starts
Esse grito no ouvido parecia uma rapariga agora.
Desculpa, caralho, mas eu devia ter mudado, desculpa, mas é empolgação.
And depending on how the outcome of day 1 goes for you, as the two main forces start to battle over day 2 in a game of breakthrough. With the number of lives you have left remaining, depending on what you did the day before. And then as you continue to push on into new locations, we're going to see things like Conquest Assault, where players continue to fight for that terrain. And assuming, you know, when we see these players end up in a giant stalemate, then they're going to enter day 4, which is Final Stand. And I mean, this is sort of tired, muddy, no resources left. You've got just you, your squad, and one clip, and you all fight to the last man standing with the weight of the world on your shoulders.
So this is a game mode that you may never see if your games are not in a stalemate. You may never get to that 4th map and 4th story then.
Exactly.
That's an exciting way to play the game. I want to know when we can see more of that.
2 weeks. EA Play, Los Angeles. You get hands-on multiplayer for the first time if you're there.
So even the reveal of Grand Operations spans across multiple events. Wow. Nice one, guys. I have to say, I heard you guys say that co-op is back. And that's one of my favorite aspects of Battlefield 1. Lars, can you tell me more about that?
I definitely can. I mean, I'm happy to say that for the first time since Battlefield 3, co-op is back. And
Combined
arms. And here it's yet another way to experience that Battlefield sandbox, you know, next to war stories and the multiplayer.
Tô falando, velho,
What we want to do here is to allow you and up to 3 players to go online, step into those shoes
a realidade, velho. Olha a mulher com o braço dela ali, ó.
Here you really have
Verdade.
the soldier next to you.
Tá ligado? O cara segurando uma brenha ali também.
Ele é uma Segunda Guerra, meio não Segunda Guerra.
É de uma realidade alternativa, velho.
Algumas mudanças, tá ligado? So stakes are high and you need to kind of assess, can I push through or do we need to extract?
Talvez seja porque é o co-op, né?
Win or lose, it's up to you.
Não, velho.
The single player campaign
característica dos veículos que eu vi ali não são do veículo, tá ligado? Tipo, modificado, como se fosse um veículo modificado. O Tiger estava modificado, o BF-109 estava modificado. O Mosquito ali, o avião de ataque, que eu também previ naquela imagem lá, também estava lá, mas estava modificado, velho.
É, a frente dele tá angulada.
Não, ele tá modificado. Tá diferente, tá tudo diferente, velho. Só tá tipo uma carcaça igual, e é o armamento. 4,20 no nariz.
Changing. I mean, to me, I'm happy that you like the war stories. And for us, the war stories are really our opportunity to put the war into perspective. It's really about those human and untold stories of the war. And we try to portray those.
Aí tem uns caras com moicano, umas pinturas diferentes na cara, tá ligado?
Eles meio que puxaram isso um pouco, eu acho, que pro Fortnite.
Eu acho que não é nem Fortnite, mas mais tipo Cyberpunk, tá ligado? Sei lá, mano.
It's about allowing you to witness the Second World War, but through the eyes of the men and women that changed the world.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see here, I mean, this is one of the war stories that
Se bem que aquilo é arte conceitual.
Esse render dessa mulher, velho.
This is the story of a young woman who is part of the Norwegian resistance fighters fighting the German occupation during World War II. I mean, this
bem que Rodo, aquilo eram artes conceituais, não necessariamente reais, né? Mas
it's a family story.
Arte conceitual prevê o que vai ser mesmo.
Really grounds the players in the reality, but sort of sets the context of the World War II that we're trying to create at DICE.
It's not often that you find stories that connect with the emotion of the character.
Chama aquele gif lá, o canto.
You see that look in her eyes, you want to know
Chama
what she's
aquele gif
thinking,
do
what
PC
she's
explodindo pra rodar esse
experiencing in
jogo.
that story.
É isso que eu ia dizer. Alguém vai ter que colocar umas máquinas aí, viu?
Behind the stories from war.
Well, I think it's important to tell, you know, sort of.
Tem dinheiro mais não para gastar na máquina não, já aviso logo.
Set the context and sort of maintain that connection to the world that we're trying to create. I think it's important for people to understand where we're coming from and what our.
Mas é um jogo que eu não vou jogar.
So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go back to Daniel now to cover what you'll take to the battlefield.
Veículos.
In Battlefield 5, we're aiming to mirror the immense arsenal of the Second World War. This was a period that saw an explosion in terms of innovation when it comes to weapons and vehicles. You will get to fly iconic airplanes, engage in incredible tank battles, and also unleash secret weapons from World War II. weapons that are powerful enough to turn the tide of any battle. And with the new fortification system, you can be more strategic than ever in how you choose to defend or advance through the terrain. Back to you guys.
Ele vai ter fortificações. Eles pegaram isso no Fortnite, tipo, você construir uma fortificação, entendeu? Pra segurar ali com a turminha.
In the game. I remember once I was playing with a friend who served in special forces, and we were talking about our favorite guns, and I was talking about the recoil and what I liked about the sights versus other guns. And he turned to me at one point and he said, "Oh, where did you serve?" And I felt embarrassed because I was like, "Oh, Battlefield 3. That's where I was." And instead of him being angry, he was like, "I didn't know that there was a game that was that immersive, something that really was as true to real without being a war simulation as possible." Guys, tell me about some of your favorite weapons in the game, some of the new vehicles that will be available in Battlefield 5.
I think at first, just by going back to this era, the pool of hardware that we can choose from is immense. There's so much
Falei
there.
que tinha, na guerra tem,
For me,
velho.
being a vehicle guy,
Tem tecnologia.
it's really quite
Ó, esse é
simple.
Half Track, só que, ó, tá vendo? Ele tá todo custom, velho. Esse tanque existe, eu me esqueci o nome dele. Existe mesmo. O Churchill, tá ligado?
Mas é uma arte conceitual, será que vai ser assim?
Então, eu acho que vai, velho.
A bit, but also
are you checking out a tank?
Have you been in a battle with that?
Yeah, but I've never looked at it. I'm like, if I'm on the outside, I'm dying. If I'm on the inside, I'm concentrating. When are you looking? When are you doing this?
You should try third-person camera.
And just run around the tank dying, and everyone's going to be like, "Who's that guy looking at the tank?"
It's come on, it's beautiful.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, good.
So Andreas is a tank guy. Mr. Battlefield Laws, how about you?
I'm with you, Trevor.
Yeah, you think he's weird, I know. Yeah.
We've been trying to hide it, but now it's out. No, the fact that I'm also a support player. I can't hit the barn from the inside, so I need the big clips. And for me, the MG42 is really the weapon I play in the playtest.
Right, my man.
It has that iconic sound that you know, since fear all over the map. And another part of it is the new kind of system which Daniel talked about for high-caliber weapons. So previously, I could make the same impact as a pistol, basically. But this time around, it comes with a punch. So where the pistol gets stuck in the wall, I can rip through. So I can finally make a difference on the battlefield.
Hashtag no more knocking. I like this. Yes. All right, so we've got a tank guy. We've got a weapons guy. Ryan?
Well, sort of embarrassing to me, unlike Lars, I can't hit a barn, period. So for me, it's the toolbox. In Battlefield 1, all players had a gas mask. In Battlefield 5, we're going to replace that gas mask with a toolbox. So that means I can run around the battlefield with my toolbox, setting up fortifications, and sort of really changing the dynamic of the battlefield so that these guys who can actually hit something, I can offer some value on the playing field.
Wait. So fortifications, you just skimmed over that, but what is fortifications?
Well, I mean, this as a support player, I mean, I think this is something you really love. It's something I think is a great addition to the game.
Tem o nome de uma música minha.
It really allows you to sort of, for players who want to focus on the objective. I mean, this is something you can sort of pull out your toolbox. You can build reinforcements. You can reinforce buildings that Andreas has destroyed with his tank. You can build foxholes and set up machine guns. So people like Lars can sit there and camp out the choke points. I mean, this is going to change the strategic way people play, both as attackers and defenders.
Was that in response to the gaming community? Because I know as a Battlefield gamer, I always wanted what I didn't have. So first I was going, hey guys, I need destruction. I need places to fall apart. And then at some point I was like, too much destruction. Like there's nothing left. Was this a response?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of esteemed players in here in the studio today and in the community overall who at some point, especially when we're testing, we came to a point where the level was leveled. The world was leveled and you couldn't advance. So basically this is to counter that and give you an additional kind of toolbox to rebuild, and then you and I can come in as heroes again, and they fortify, we come there and we add an extra heavy machine gun or an AA gun, so it's kind of teamwork once again, and we are the celebrated heroes.
We are the celebrated heroes we deserve to be. I like that, Lars. Thank you. Now that we've learned about the tools, let's hear about the company. Here to tell us more, please welcome Natalie Ek.
And yes, the company is something that is completely new to Battlefield 5. It's your personal collection of customized soldiers, weapons, and vehicles that you can tailor and grow as you play. The company is the heart and soul of the personal experience, and the choices you make here for your company actually matters. Not only with your choices affect the way you look, but also how your weapons and vehicles play.
Olha que louca a roupa do soldado,
As you squad up with your friends, make sure to pick a soldier that complements the rest of your squad to take on the battle ahead.
Olha que tá bonito, hein?
During the game, adapt to the changing circumstances by calling your company and bring in the right soldier.
Você tá entrando no mundo aqui onde o gráfico é garantido.
Gráfico aqui é mato.
Andreas, that really sounds awesome. Tell me more about the company and how it works, because you know I know from my years in Battlefield that the group that really plays together stays together.
No, the company is something that we're super excited about. So for the first time, you can now create your own personal experience with the soldiers you take onto the battlefield.
Não, ainda não. Daqui a pouco, Hermani.
And also how they look. So
daqui uns 15 minutos.
Playing and you get better, your soldiers will get better with you.
So give me an example of how this would impact me as a support class.
So if you take your support class player you want, and you start playing with that soldier, and you start progressing him, you're going to unlock a set of new abilities, new perks, and sort of these new exotic ways to play the game as a support class, and then unlock new weapons for yourself to play with. You take that machine gun that Lars loves so much, and you level that machine gun up. You make the choices that matter, and then you decide, well, I think this needs its own custom paint job. So you sort of make that machine gun, really make it your own, and then you go in and you grab that sort of iconic support outfit that you really want to wear going into battle. You jump in with some friends and off you go.
Roupinha, customização. Ali, ó, vixe, velho, a tela, velho, que louco, mano.
Aí manjou.
Bem louco, hein, velho?
Manjou.
Olha a jaquetinha, que louca, velho. Nossa.
Manjou.
Please tell me that I can customize my look to be properly badass in the battlefield.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, if it's worth doing looking good.
Right.
So I think, part of the tactical gameplay that comes with Battlefield, and what we want to do is give you the ability to create your own personal identity. So, no more anonymous soldiers. This is your soldiers in their boots going into battle. Their own weapons, customized the way that you want to do it, the gear that you want them to wear. This is going to feel like it's your own personal arsenal.
And obviously, I want to get as much of that arsenal as I can possibly get. How do I even begin getting all of this gear?
You play the game. I mean, for what we want players is you get rewarded for playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty short. It's whatever you want to progress towards, your company, your class, or a specific item, you play the game. And we set out to commit to that.
É desbloqueável via progresso.
Whatever you play.
So you just play to unlock these items, then I guess I have to ask. And I know it's a sensitive subject, but I'm still going to go there. Is this game going to be pay to win?
No. You can't pay to get an unfair gameplay advantage.
Ainda não, Cocôzinho, daqui a uns 5 minutinhos aí. Vai mostrar pra eles.
So you won't be able to pay?
No.
Aqui, ó.
So in Battlefield, it's always been about balance rock, paper, scissors gameplay, and it still is. You really
Ali, Benio, ele falou, esse jogo vai ser pay to win, aí o cara respondeu não. Ele vai ser um jogo que você paga, aí o cara cortou ele e falou que você paga dinheiro pra caralho porque vai ser caro.
One of those games where I have to shell out another $50 6 months after I've bought the game. Is that how it works?
Well, I guess
Ele tá falando que a skill é a verdadeira chave.
Não vai ter mais prêmio.
Sem prêmio!
Oh, aí, caralho.
É um preço só.
Puta que pariu, velho.
Thank you. It's the least
Tem prêmio aí, GG, já começou bem já.
Mas vamos ver se o preço já vai estar com o prêmio escolhido.
Vai ser uns 300 conto fácil, no mínimo.
Com certeza vai estar, e que esteja.
That's beautiful.
That means 300 fácil.
Não vai ter prêmio, mano.
O prêmio pra mim não importa o preço. O prêmio pra mim que importa é que divide a comunidade, pô. Gente tem, gente não tem. Quem tiver vai ter tudo.
Mas de certa forma é o preço, Crawler. É isso aí que você tá falando. Se divide justamente por causa do preço.
Não, mas, brocador, esse tipo de jogo, você já tem que ter um certo dinheiro pra jogar, porque o PC pra jogar isso aí não é barato.
Ó, lá vem o trailer,
Playing Battlefield 5 is an experience unlike any other. It will differ from all previous Battlefield games. And the most important thing, it's open to all players.
Yes, and there will always be new battles, new fronts, and rewards on the horizon. And by removing premium pass, we are keeping the community together. So this time, there will be no expansion packs, and all players will be able to take part in the same journey through Battlefield 5. And with Tides of War, our players will experience themed chapters of World War II.
Exatamente, como todas as temporadas, tá ligado?
Parabéns, vai,
finalmente, velho.
É o que? Não entendi.
Vai ser por season. Cada season uma época diferente, mais ou menos isso?
Nem o Rainbow Six.
Isso, velho. É uma season, exatamente. Você vai uma season, você vai jogar, tipo, na Europa. Uma season no Pacífico, tá ligado?
Da hora, da hora.
Cheguei. Cadê o link?
Tá no chat.
Rolando já.
Tá no chat, o link.
Abre logo isso daqui, o trailer vai começar daqui a pouco.
Abre aí.
Mano, vai dar mais meia hora de cu. Também que é uma vez bom aqui, você vai tomar um café.
Grand operations and experience to achieve those special assignments, getting treated with extra rewards. So it is about keeping it fresh and constantly evolving. Since what we see about here today is just the beginning, and as you play it through, you start to be taken to a new horizon.
É porque você não é fã da franquia, velho. Eu também não sei se eu vou poder jogar e tô vendo aqui. Mó felizão da vida.
Exato, essa aqui é a diferença.
Cool stuff I can get. I get rewarded for my time. Is that going to be across different modes?
Tem mais fotinhos.
Rapaz.
Lá. Novos veículos, novas armas, eventos de tempo, dog tag, face paint, soul skin e weapon skin.
Da hora, velho. New vehicles, new weapons. It's going to be dog tags. And soldier skins, weapons skins, it's all there to really customize your crew to really be standing out on the battlefield the way you want it to be.
Right, it sounds amazing, and I only have one question, and that is, when does this all start?
Well, the game launches in October. So starting November, running through early 2019, we're going to start with our first chapter, which is going to focus on
Random, vou mostrar o trailer aqui daqui a pouquinho já. Agora não sei se vai ser vai ser trailer de gameplay ou vai ser só cinemático.
We're going to have thematic rewards tied to this. You know, we can't wait to talk to the community more about this between as we lead up to launch.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to lie, you guys have definitely raised my analog stick, and I think we've waited long
Cara, é
enough.
engraçado, ele não é...
This is the most immersive battlefield yet in a World War II you have never seen before, where launch is just the beginning of the journey.
Trailer, já tirou a tela, já deixou grande.
Are you all ready?
Ai, papai.
Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The reveal trailer for Battlefield 5.
Ah, roubado! Tô pronto desde semana passada, filha da puta!
Meu Deus, Crowley.
Oi.
O que ele falou?
Deixa eu afastar o microfone da boca aqui que eu dou uns gritos, velho.
Ó o cavalo, velho.
Ó o cavalo.
Aí cavalou, sabe? Aí o Manolov pira. Ah, Manolov, seu fala da puta.
A mulherzinha, velho. Tô arrepiado. Olha o braço dela, velho.
É isso que não sabe.
Ó, pegou como?
Ô, louco.
A mulher! Caralho, velho!
Eu tô adiantado, velho. Olha a mão dela. Nossa, ela não tem um mão,
caralho, que bala.
Ela não tem.
A musiquinha.
Nossa, velho.
Nossa, essa música, puta que pariu, viado.
Passou um P47 voado ali, pera aí.
O som parece que tá animal.
Um 109, cara, bateu.
Nossa.
Ah, agora é um moleque nosso.
Que isso, velho? Tá parecendo um Crash Bandicoot, mano. Tudo caindo em cima da galera.
Aí é gameplay.
Sim. Ó, o Valdir.
Eu tô atrasado, seu tá roubado.
Eu quero mais que você se foda. Deus usou, velho.
Deus usou? Travou a live.
Oh, que massa, velho.
MG42. O cara derrubou uma... Deu 78 de dano num GF79, velho. Meu Deus, não, velho.
Ai, coloca a arma no meio das pernas, viu? Quando deita.
Ele deita agora de costa, né?
Ele deita de costa.
É.
Nossa.
Que indignação.
Nossa, o barrão, velho.
Que proteção.
Velho, tá muito full, olha.
Olha, velho.
Muito o quê?
Pera aí.
Aí salvou como? A paulada, velho.
Isso aí parece ser campanha, velho.
É,
sim,
também acho que é.
Olha os B17 ali.
Eita, aí vai.
Olha, velho, tá muito rápido, tá tudo parece que tá acelerado, velho. Tudo acontece muito rápido.
Ah, os caras vai...
morre rápido.
Sim, a movimentação tá bem mais rápida.
Sim, é full trailer mesmo,
É, então, tem que ver.
Wow. Wow.
Peraí, Open Beta foi quando?
The boo.
Cadê o Open Beta?
You saw the thing? The man? The huh?
Eu quero Open
I hope
Beta.
they got insurance. That was insane. Do you see that?
We did say it.
That was... Andres, I don't feel like you saw it. I feel like you've seen it before.
I might have seen it before.
The person jumped on their back and then started shooting while moving on their back.
Yeah. It's cool. That's all I can say.
This is what happens when you live life in a tank, Andreas. That was exciting. Give it up for that one more time. That was an amazing trailer. Oh, wow. So wait, so before we go, am I correct in saying there were some new animations, there were some new moves that you could do in the game?
There's a few.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Andreas. Thank you, Andreas.
To be honest, as in, I think we should thank the team back home in Stockholm for
huge call out,
helping us to get to this point. I think they are truly amazing, and our fans. Again, we've been waiting for this moment for so long to be able to reveal what we've been working on.
This is really packed with gameplay, and then, I mean, a lot of this is direct feedback from community, leading to a lot of these improvements. So it's a huge thank you for the support, and once again the team for doing an extraordinary job.
As always.
And I'm pretty sure the look on your face, you know, hits the mark they're going for. I'm pretty sure that was unexpected.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Give it up for the people in Stockholm, please. Let's give it up for Stockholm. Wow. Wow, Battlefield 5 launches worldwide on October 19th.
Vamos comprar.
In the meantime,
Pre-order foi
Visa are giving away free expansion packs in Battlefield 1
Vamos abrir a origem
and
agora.
Battlefield 4. So just head to battlefield.com for all the details. And next up is EA Play on June 9th, where you'll see multiplayer for the very first time. I hope all of you are as excited as I am for Battlefield 5. To watch that trailer again, go to youtube.com/battlefield. And if you want more info, join some of the team here with Xbox, who are hosting an exclusive post-show on mixer.com/Xbox. That is our show for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Quando foi que a beta vai ser?
Não falou data não.
Ah, deve ser lá pra agosto, mano. Ele vai lançar em outubro. Final de agosto, igual o outro, igual um foi no final de agosto, não foi?